Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tier 5 Premium American Dreadnought Battleship, the USS California. Now I do actually really like this ship so far, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So for the upgrades and loadout, we're going to take a look. We have AA Guns Modification 2, and we have Propulsion Modification 2. We have High Explosive, Armor Piercing, we have Damage Control Party, 3 Repair Parties, 3 Spotters, we have the Independence Day 21 flag, along with the Type 9 camo that the ship comes with. Now, for the stats, we have 60,200 hit points, 16 to 457 millimeters of armor, and 40% torpedo reduction. Lots of torpedo reduction. We have 12 of the typical American 14-inch 56 millimeter 50 caliber Mark 7 guns, shoot out 17.3 kilometers, 30-second reload, 40-second turn time, 180 degrees, 5,000 maximum HE shell damage, 12,000 maximum AP shell damage, and 30% fire chance. And secondaries, you got 8 of the American 127 millimeter guns on the side there. They're the same guns on the Atlanta. They just strapped 4 of those turrets on the side of the California, and that's your secondaries. They shoot out to 4 kilometers. They have a reload of 6, and 5% fire chance. For the AA defense, now this is where, guys, this ship is absolutely crazy. The USS California has the best AA out of any single Tier 5. Hell, this thing even has a better AA rating than the frickin' Massachusetts up at Tier 7. This AA is nasty. You guys can read it all there, but the damage output, look at that, 250, 223, 121. Carriers, beware when you come near the USS California. I had a game earlier this morning where I shot down 38 planes. I'm so sorry I didn't get it recorded, but man, if I did, oh, that would have been an awesome video for you guys. But unfortunately, I didn't save that one. So, yeah, but the AA on this ship, guys, it is absolutely insane. You got the typical 40 millimeter Bofors, you got the Oerlikons that most Americans come with, and you have the American 127 millimeter guns. Now, the maneuverability on the California is quite bad. Maximum speed is 18 knots. The turning circle radius is 640 meters, and the rudder shift time is 15.5. It's quite bad, so do not be trying to maneuver too much in the California. It is absolutely atrocious. So it's like most American dreadnoughts at the tier. For the concealment, it's bad. It's a battleship. You're going to be spotted. For the armor, we have 26 millimeters of armor on the bow and stern. It's actually not bad at all. It is still can be overmatched by 15-inch guns. So what this ship's so special, in my opinion, about is look at that torp bell. Look how thick that is right in the side. They literally put a freaking strap, a whole entire belt there. It's beautiful. 40% torpedo reduction is nasty. And of course, the Citadel is quite lowered, so the only way I find Citadel in California is at range. It is agile, it's an ironclad, and it's slow. Yes, of course. For William Sims, we have Otto Ciliax and Andrew Cunningham as inspirations. We have Built to Last, Flammable Cannoneer, Gyrating Drill Bits, Marksmanship, Reaching Out XXL, and Wilder Build. And I'll see you all over in the gameplay. Enjoy the rest of the video. And so yeah, here we are. We are in the California, and we are going to be on Trident. It is going to be a domination mode. We are not joined by any division mates for today's video, so keep that in mind. Now, for people who are looking for a buttload of damage, well, we do get around 100,000 damage. I will say that. But we do not get over 150,000 damage, and we don't get on under 100,000 damage. So for people looking for huge damage numbers, you guys should probably go watch someone else's video. But for people coming to the channel to look for absolutely awesome matches, to where, you know, if you guys think awesome in my term is winning a match that shouldn't be won, then you guys have come to the right video. This video, or this match here, it's gonna be very close, and when you get to the end of the match, we're gonna be in a 2v3, I believe, situation. I only have a quarter of my HP, and the destroyer only has like none of his HP, and we somehow still managed to pull it off against a full health King George V, almost a full health California, and a less full health California. So it's going to be a really fun match because of the fact that we take victory from the jaws of defeat, or we snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. So it's beautiful what happens at the end here. Now, we absolutely pound that Zara right off the bat, and he is not having a fun time. And I ping him for my team to hopefully take him out, and which I think they will do here shortly. Now, what's so special about these American 14-inch guns? Well, Really not much. I mean, I would still rather be in, per se, a Queen Elizabeth or a Warspite or even a West Virginia, because their guns absolutely hit like a mad truck. But the thing that these American dreadnoughts have, like the New Mexico, the California, the Oklahoma, the Nevada, even the Tennessee, they all have these huge gun broadsides, 12, 14-inch guns. Now, like I said, these guns may not be the best, but they still, that's a lot of freaking 14-inch shells flying through the air all at once. And surely some of them have to stick, and when they do, it can absolutely pound people, especially cruisers, because these 14-inch guns seem to just rip apart cruisers and even battleships if you get the opportunity. Now, we're not going to have the most amount of damage here in the first 5-6 minutes of the match, but when we start getting towards the end of the video, when we start clutching the match for our team, that's when we start rolling in some pretty big damage numbers for you guys. So, yeah. Now, we're keeping these 14-inch guns rolling. The Zara has been taken out, and the enemy has lost their destroyer, one of their destroyers. They still have, I believe, an Akatsuki and a T-61 rolling about. So we have to look out for them, but I think they're on the opposite side of the map. The Atlanta on the other side of the map is doing pretty well in taking out those destroyers. Now, that New Mexico is angling his armor pretty well. I'm stuck on nothing. That's why I was moving my camera around there in circles. I'm like, what the hell, Wargaming? What the hell am I stuck on? But I guess the California is just way too freaking thick for this island. So, yeah, its flabs are literally sticking on the beach there. So I'm trying to reverse, trying to do everything to get off this thing, and it looks like I am about to break free. So, that's good. Now, we're taking shots off at this New Mexico. I'm debating loading high explosive here, but I just don't want to load high explosive and then he turns broadside. That would not be fun. So, yeah. Now, we have already lost, we've already lost, I think, a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer, which is pretty bad. And they have lost, I believe, a cruiser and 2 destroyers. That's pretty bad for the team, for the enemy team. So, they're not having a lot of fun either. Now, in my opinion, losing 2 destroyers out of their 3 destroyers is a lot more worse. Destroyers have the capability to pretty much turn the tide of any single battle. Destroyers are very, very strong. Maybe not the Americans, though. American destroyers, especially at lower tiers, have a lot of problems. Not just Americans, but Russians. Ships that don't have very good torpedoes and torp range, like gunboats, for example, they have a lot more problems carrying matches. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, one thing those gunboats can do is actually take out destroyers. I mean, gunboats are literally designed to take out destroyers. They can, of course, bomb rush battleships, but you can only, bomb rush battleships, 1 or 2 times every 5 minutes because of the fact that you have a certain amount of hit points and you only have, 6 to 8 torpedoes. So yeah, it's quite difficult for destroyers that have very limited torpedo range and very bad reload for those torpedoes to carry matches. Usually, it's very situational to where you can actually rush down a battleship and take it out. For example, if I was in my Farragut and I was up against a Nevada, an Oklahoma, or a Congo or something, all 3 of them were out there, and they were chasing me down, I was in open water, it would be almost nearly impossible to take them all out because of the fact that the torpedo reload and the amount of torpedoes I have is just not enough to take all 3 of them out. I would have to literally take them all out one by one, and which is very difficult to do. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. However, Japanese destroyers, German destroyers, really anything with good torpedo range, good reload, can absolutely turn the tide of a battle because of the fact that their damage output is absolutely enormous. They could dump out torpedoes and keep people back, torpedo people to absolute death. Yeah. So, luckily though, we don't really have to worry about that at all in this match because they've lost all 3 of their destroyers, but we're also about to lose all 3 of our destroyers coming up as well. Now, look at the teams here. We've already lost 5 ships, and the enemy has lost 4, and we just lost a 6th. We are now in a 3v5 situation, and the enemy is currently winning this match. But we're going to pull this one back. Now, we're in a complete brawl with this New Mexico. He has been spamming high explosive at us, and we are also trying to spam high explosive at us, or at him, but it hasn't been really super effective. But we switch over, actually, because he puts out our double fire, so maybe we can get another fire. I kind of misplayed my shells here. I should have just kept AP loaded, but this destroyer that's going to be with me the whole entire game here and coming up towards the end, he's going to bomb rush this New Mexico and torpedo him. Now, he's not going to kill him, but he's going to cause floods, because remember, he just put out my double fire. So he's not expecting this Pan-Asian destroyer to come up on him and torpedo him. And which he does. He is going to get a few torpedo hits. And it doesn't matter if you kill him, as long as you get a flood, he will die. So, which he does, all the torpedoes strike him, and he gets a flood. Because of course he does, because Pan-Asian destroyers have deep water torpedoes, which have increased flooding chances. Now, I'm telling him to get back, disengage, come on, put your smoke up, whatever you got to do, get the hell out of there. Because when he turns those 14-inch gun high explosive shells towards you, it is not going to be fun. Now, look at our destroyer's health. He's doing pretty well, and then he gets blapped there. See, that's the thing. A lot of guns can be better in some situations, because you throw enough shit at something, surely some of it will stick. And 14-inch gun high explosive is nasty. So that destroyer felt the wrath of that. But fortunately for us, that battleship is going to go down, which I think he did go down. Now, looky here. This is where the point of the video starts to get very interesting, because we are in a 2v3 situation. Now, we are technically leading on points, but if the enemy goes into the middle cap, which they will, we have to start thinking about fighting here. We have no choice, because they will win on points if they get our capture zone. We don't have enough time to get the points back, so we have to go out there and fight, unfortunately. Now, we're up to 54,000 damage. We don't have the most amount of damage in the world whatsoever, but we are trying to stay alive. We are trying to help over here and do our best. That's all you can do sometimes. When your whole team dies, you have to play, smart, and damage, isn't smart. That's just damage. You get that from doing anything. So we need to start focusing on targets that are, of high priority and take them out so we can get the points lead on the enemy here and win the match. So this destroyer is going to go over there and spot the enemy, which is also very important, because him spotting the enemy over there is very vital, and which he does. Now, that destroyer player, if you're watching, which I probably doubt you are, but if you are by some mere chance, you did an excellent job. And I thank you for that, because without you, this game wouldn't have been possible to win. So even though your strategy of torpedoing may have not been the best, it still did help us win. So if it's stupid but it works, it's not stupid, as the Mighty Jingles would say. Now, also, guys, go check out the Mighty Jingles on YouTube, because he's actually pretty damn cool. And I'm surprised if a lot of you have been watching WoWs for a couple years now. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He's a PC World of Warships player, and he plays other games too. So yeah, keep that in mind. But also, I hope y'all do like my logo, and yeah, my new logo that I have. I was kind of getting tired of my other one, so I made a simpler logo. It's just the USS Indianapolis with my YouTube name. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I hope y'all do like it as well. And if you guys have made it this far into the video, hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to get back into talking about what's happening here. So now we're trying to focus that California down. If we can kill that California, we will get the points lead on the enemy here. Actually, we do have the points lead, because I think our... how do we get the points lead all of a sudden? I have no idea. But, oh, it's because we have extra caps. I'm a dummy. But, yeah. So, we're firing our guns out. Now, we're trying to angle away. If we were flat broadside, those shells could absolutely obliterate us. So, we think those back guns should kill him. I mean, he's only on, what, 8,000 health? No. It just leaves him on just enough health. We just pulled a Spartan there, and we leave him on basically nothing. So, now we are forced to get our front guns off, and it still doesn't kill him! What the hell is that? So now we have to wait even more longer to kill him. I mean, come on, Wargaming. Oh, that's so annoying. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because it works out in the end. But, yeah, we're up to 79,000 damage, by the way. We just got, like, 25,000 damage in, like, a minute. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Now, we do fire off our back guns. And finally, that freaking California, big Chungus McGungus over there with magical armor, finally goes down. And now we're shooting at this King George V, because our freaking Fusion torped the hell out of him. He was on, like, almost full health earlier, and he actually managed to lead, I think, actually hit a few torpedoes on him. So that's excellent. And we're going to be able to take him down. And now look at, they were in a 3v2 situation, and now all of a sudden they're in a 2v2, and now they're in a 1v1 or 1v2 situation. The enemy has completely thrown their ships away, pretty much. I mean, they had no choice. They had to go into the capture zone, but we basically took the win from them. This should have been a win for them. They were, they had the ship's lead and everything, and they can't even kill a single one of us while we just take all three of them down. Now, that is a full health California, so I load high explosive to hopefully get a fire on them. And unfortunately, our destroyer is going to miss his torpedoes, but we are going to be able to get a double fire coming up here shortly. So we fire here in a second. All 12 of these beautiful 14-inch American 50 caliber guns here. And look at that dispersion. That's very tight indeed. And yeah, we smack them and get a fire. It actually wasn't a double fire. I think we get one the next time. But yeah, we're up to 96,000 damage. Just, showing off, what the California is capable of, even on 20,000 hit points. And of course, this game wouldn't have been possible without this win. I mean, wouldn't have been possible without that destroyer player doing what he had to do. And I'm very thankful for that, for having a decent destroyer player on our team. Now, so we are trying to turn back in to get this California respotted for a destroyer so he can make a play to bomb rush him, which is what he's going to do. Now we have our guns reloaded, and once we get him spotted any second now, I'm spotted, so he's also spotted. And we fire off. Again, he put out our single fire, so we fire all 12 of our American 14-inch high explosive shells, and we get a double fire. That's a salvo where we get the double fire, and we get a high caliber as well. And yeah, look what is happening right now. That Fusion is setting up a torpedo strike on that California, and he does manage to hit 2 torpedoes there and 3 more, and that is going to be the end of the enemy California. And we do manage to pull off the win, and we actually take him down with our fire, ending it off on 110,000 damage. Battle ended. I wish I could have messaged that guy at the end of the match, but he is unfortunately on PlayStation. See, I was trying to, but I could not. But anyways, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you guys did, punch the like button, subscribe to the channel. Road to 400 subs, guys. Let's get there. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.